Hey ladies, welcome to my channel. You want to see how to do a simple makeup routine in under 10 minutes? Just keep watching. In this video, I'm showing you my everyday makeup routine, including the products. I've already done my skincare, so I'm going to go in with my primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, putting that all over my face and making sure I rub that all in. I'm not a professional or anything. I just do what works, and I feel like these steps anyone can do. Primer gets kind of tacky after it's rubbed in, and that's what you want. For my base, I'm going in with this skin tint from the Lip Bar. It's in Mahogany Mommy. I've been really loving skin tints over foundations lately. Skin tints just feel a lot lighter on my face. And I love these double-sided brushes from the Lip Bar. I'm going to be using this foundation and concealer brush for my foundation and concealer, and I'm using this thicker dense side for the foundation. Instead of rubbing the brush on my face, I try my best to add it in. And I do this until the skin tint is blended evenly into my skin. Love the skin tint. It gives my skin such a smooth, even tone, and it's lightweight. Just keep patting that in until it's blended evenly. Sometimes I do go back in and add another layer, just depending on how much coverage I need for that day. Right here on this side of my face, I felt like I needed more coverage, so I went in and just added a little bit more on that side. So now that my skin tint is all blended, I'm going to go in with my concealer, which is also from the Lip Bar. This is in the shade Mocha. I love this concealer. Even if I'm not wearing foundation, I still use this concealer to wake my eyes up, make sure I'm looking awake. Place the concealer under my eyes, on my forehead, on the bridge of my nose, on my chin, and around my mouth. So the middle of your face should have the most coverage, so that's where you want to place your concealer, basically. That's what I'm doing. And I use a lot of concealer. This is one of my favorite parts of doing my makeup. And I'm going to take that same brush by the Lip Bar that I did my foundation with, but I'm going to use the other side, which is the concealer side. I'm going to pat that concealer in, blending that all in. And again, like I did the skin tint, I'm just going to pat instead of rubbing. And with my concealer under my eyes, I bring it down to the top of my cheekbones, and then I bring it out almost to my hairline. Just blend, blend, blend till I get a good blend. For the concealer on my forehead, I just pat it like in a circle in the middle of my forehead, not going up to my hairline. I just stay right in that little circle part. You see what I'm doing right here? I just keep patting right in that part. And I take it down the bridge of my nose, blend that, and then to finish blending my concealer, I go ahead and blend what's around my mouth and on my chin. Next, I'm going to set my concealer with this setting powder also by the Lip Bar, and it's in the shade Golden Girl. I'm going to set everywhere that I place that concealer. And I'm using this powder and blush brush by the Lip Bar. It's another one of their amazing face brushes. And I'm just patting that powder in everywhere that I put my concealer, just to set the concealer and make sure nothing moves. I like to look up as I put the powder under my eyes. It just seems like it keeps my concealer from creasing. And this is how everything is looking so far. Now that I have my base done, I'm going to go ahead and bring some color back into my face. Next, I'm going to contour / bronze. I'm using this face palette by the Lip Bar. It's called Squat Goals. And within this palette, the shade I'm using is called Face Day 1. So the contour and bronzer is used to bring the shadows back into your face. Using this brush from Real Techniques. This is an old brush. Using this to apply my contour to my cheeks, my forehead, and under my chin. My face naturally has shadows. I'm just bringing that back in. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I just do what works for me. So with this, I just keep applying it until it looks right. I'm still pretty much learning contouring, so I'm new to this. And I do just put a little bit on the bridge of my nose, just like that. Once I'm done applying all that product to my face, I go in with my blush. I'm using this blush by e.l.f. It's in the shade Coming In Hot. I just apply 2 small dots to each side because this is very, very pigmented. And then I take my fingers and just pat that in, going all the way down to the balls of my cheeks. And once it looks like this on both sides, I grab that face palette by the lip bar and I use this powder blush shade called Wing Woman. And I'm going to take the blush side of the lip bar brush, and with this powder blush, I take it all the way up to under my eyes where my concealer is. And I pat it in over that concealer. I have that all patted in, I go back in with my setting powder in Golden Girl and I put that on top of that blush under my eyes, and it gives the blush and concealer a natural flush without having a bold line between the two and without having to do so much blending to get it to look right. See, it'll look like that. So much better. And this is what my face is looking like so far. And now I'm going to just go in and blend everything together. And these 2 brushes that you'll see me using to blend, they're both from Real Techniques. Now for my eyes, I'm using my favorite mascara by Fenty Beauty. It's almost gone. I'm scraping the bottle, but I put a lot of layers on and it makes my lashes look so much thicker. I get so close to the mirror when I'm doing my lashes because I be trying my best not to stick my eye with this mascara wand. Now that my makeup is done, I want to make sure I spray it so it'll last. I'm using this e.l.f. Coconut Dewy Setting Spray. I spray a lot of this and then I fan it down just to dry it down a bit. Now for my lips, I usually use this Peel and Stay lip stain or this dark brown Wet n Wild lip pencil. But today I'm going with the lip stain. This Peel and Stay lip stain lasts all day, so I don't have to keep applying liner to my lips. I can just keep applying my gloss. So I put that on my lips, trying my best to keep a steady hand. I apply about 2 or 3 layers of that to get the look I want. Then I let it dry for a few minutes until it feels dry. Now if you're more in a rush, you definitely want to use that pencil liner, or sometimes I'll go ahead and apply my lip stain before I start doing my makeup. That way by the time I get to this step, it's already dry. Once that lip liner is dry, I go ahead and peel it off. You'll know it's dry. It'll come off really easy in one strip like that. And this is how my liner look once that's dry and I peeled it off. I love the way this looks. That's how I want my liner to look. For my lip combo, I love a nude lip, so I'm going to start with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Cinnamon Roll. I apply about 2 layers of that and blend it in. Then I apply this gloss by the lip bar in the shade Ringleader. No need to apply a lot of this at all. A little of this goes a long way, trust me. Last but not least, to complete my lip combo, I apply this e.l.f. lip oil in crystal clear. Blend everything together, and there you have it. This is my everyday makeup routine. Definitely gives my skin but better without wearing too much makeup. I'll leave everything that I use in the description box down below. All products are pretty affordable. Let me know how you think this look came out. Do you like this routine? What products do you use in your everyday makeup routine? Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you for watching, and Merry Christmas, and see you on the next video.